Terrence Howard. You know, Lucius. We gonna talk about Lucius. Y'all hear the train behind me? I'm by a train, so please ignore the horn from the train. How y'all doing? Make sure when you come on in here, you push that like button, that thumbs up. You make sure you share. My shares are getting good. They're getting better. They're getting better. Yeah, y'all have to keep sharing my videos now. You push that thumbs up. You make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Subscriptions are free. They're free. It ain't gonna hurt you just to be a member. And lastly, make sure you watch 2 videos a day. Could y'all do that for me? Thank you. How y'all doing? Hey, Fitzwell. Elisa, hi. Hi, is it Brenly? Judith, how y'all doing? Come on in. We finna talk about some good stuff this morning. What time is it? 1:44 Eastern Standard Time. We about to talk about Lucius, Terrence Howard. You know, I don't know if y'all realize Terrence Howard is a very profound black man. He didn't step out of Hollywood, y'all. He didn't gave up on Hollywood. He's into science and the universe now. But the reason why I believe he stepped away from Hollywood because it became Holly weird. He got tired of the nonsense. Now, before I show y'all this video that I'm showing on my TV, because y'all know I don't edit, I'm going to keep saying that. The reason I'm showing you this video is to show you that you have choices in life. You have choices in life. You do not have to go along to get along. Okay, people? When someone comes to you with a proposition and you are over the age of 18, it's up to you to decide what is best for your life. Now, who are we to tell you that you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that? That's not our position. You do whatever is best for your life as long as you can live with it. And stand on that decision 10 toes down. Do not make a decision for your life. And years later, you come to the public and you claim that you're a victim. And this is what Terrence Howard is about to prove right now. Because a lot of folks think we're victim shaming when we talk about the Diddy case. Because he's going to talk about Diddy. To me, it may be a handful of them. Like Tupac, like Big, Craig Mack, a few others that were victims. Kim Porter. But a lot of these people that was around Sean Puffy Combs, they chose to be around Sean Puffy Combs. They chose to live that lifestyle. And then when they couldn't live with the pain of their decision and they started doing drugs and all the X and the F-offs, it kind of messed up their mental state of mind, Cassie. You know what I'm saying? It started messing with your psyche. And now you realize, I really don't like doing this. That's like somebody stripping and they get into that world and it start off good. They loving the money, they loving the lifestyle, the clothes, the shoes, the cars, the condos. They loving all that, right? And then they introduced to drugs and alcohol. And before you know it, they strung out on a substance. Now they sleeping with men because they got to keep the lifestyle and they got to keep up the drug habit. So now they out there doing all kind of stuff. Then one day they wake up and say, I don't like this. The guy that hired me at the strip club victimized me. You know how ridiculous that sounds? The guy who hired me at the strip club victimized me. I'm pressing charges on him. But she forgot the part when she went into the strip club. She applied to be a dancer. She had to dance in front of him. He had to interview her. He had to hire her. And she had to perform. Not one time through that process did anybody put a pawpaw to her head. That was the decision she made to become a stripper. That's the same thing with a lot of these people with this case with Sean Puffy Combs. I I personally don't, I'm not gonna say Cassie is a victim. Y'all can be mad at me if y'all want to. I think Cassie made bad decisions for her life, and bad things happened to her. Bad things happened to her from the decisions that she made. That's all I can say for Cassie. Because Cassie was over the age of 18. Cassie was a college student with 2 degrees she was working on. Cassie's boyfriend introduced her to Sean. She had a very good looking, intelligent, younger boyfriend. He wanted to see her make it. So he made sure she met Puff. Instead of her being a respectful, honorable woman and trustworthy woman to her man, she dropped him like a hotcake and went with the money. And sometimes you make decisions, it don't come out right for you. But you cannot blame the world from a decision that you decide to make. I made that decision and I'm blaming him. Accountability, y'all been talking about it all week. Accountability. I will not blame nobody for the life that I lived. I'm not going to blame nobody for being homeless. I'm not going to blame nobody for the case I caught over 50. I'm not going to blame nobody for the bad marriage I had. I'm not blaming nobody. Because I'm a big girl. See, women, we want to straddle the fence. I am woman, hear me roar. I have the same rights as a man. You ain't no better than me. And then, on the other hand, oh, he took advantage of me. I'm just a woman. I didn't want to do it, but no. Are you strong or are you weak? Do you have the mental state of mind to function on a daily basis? If you have the mental state of mind to function on a daily basis, if you can get up, get your butt in that shower, brush your teeth, comb your hair, get dressed, go to work, cook, clean, if you got the ability to do all that, you have the ability to make choices for your life. You cannot make bad decisions and then blame the world. I'm just sorry. And that's why I can't get down with this this male bashing shit with black men ain't shit. Okay, stay away from no shit black men. It ain't even no conversation. You know what I'm saying? Well, this conversation with the black men ain't shit is getting redundant. I am so sick of hearing that same old song. You know, black men ain't no good. We tired of that shit. Okay, where the good black men at then, sis? You mean to tell me, listen to this. You mean to tell me you're not capable of being in a relationship with a good black man? You mean to tell me you're not capable of attracting a good black man? All you keep attracting is no good sapsuckers. And you go complain to me, something wrong with you, because I done met a lot of good black men. I done fumbled the ball with some good black men. I was the problem a lot of times. Can you say that? No, you can't say that. Only real women that know who they are and growth, and they had overcame a lot of things, can say, I was the problem a lot of times. My mouth done ran off some brothers. So I done fumbled the ball many a times. But see, y'all don't want to own that. Y'all don't want to own that. Y'all want to blame the world. You want to go through some situations and then point the finger and say, huh? Yeah. And you want to point the finger at other people. Hey, baby girl, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad to have you. Welcome, baby girl, everybody. It's a new member. Thank you. Could y'all make sure y'all make the thumbs up match the views? And just because y'all see those views there, I trust and believe this, it's a whole lot more views behind the scene. They don't show up till after I get off live. But could y'all, for now, push the thumbs up? Because I'm hoping if somebody is in a situation and they watching me, you hear my voice, I hope you wake up. And I'm hoping that when people were telling you to get out of a situation and you didn't listen, that today you listen. Because you can't wait 30 years and come back and tell us somebody did something to you and kind of find out you was in a relationship with the person for 30 years. To me, that's absolutely ridiculous. When you had ample opportunity to get away from this person and you chose not to do it. Just like with the R. Kelly case. Those girls functioned every single day. See, they didn't tell y'all everything. They functioned every single day. They went to his concerts. They were in the front row like a bunch of groupies. They traveled with him. He bought them nice designer bags and shoes. They stayed in his mansion. They don't tell you all that. They only tell you the end when they exited, when you got too old for R. Kelly and he kicked your ass out the mansion. Now you want to say everything you did, but when you were doing it, you was enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about no kids right now. We talking about grown-ass women. So I'm going to show you what Terrence Howard said about Diddy. And it proves that you have a choice to make. Now, if Diddy was this monster, which he is in his own way, why didn't he do something to Terrence Howard? Do you know how many people said Diddy wanted him to come to the party? 50 Cent. Ice Cube. They didn't go. Nothing happened to him. But all these people want us to believe, I had to go to the party. I had to do this. No, you don't. No. R. Kelly wife, yes, CPT. She want us to believe that she was victimized by R. Kelly. She the main person to shut up on my book. Because it's a video floating around if they haven't taken it off. What Andrea Kelly was bragging about being R. Kelly's wife, telling women they were jealous that her man was R. Kelly and y'all some lying hoes. This before all this Lifetime thing came out. She was blasting his music and dancing that my ex-husband is shit, y'all just mad. And next thing you know, I didn't want to tell everybody what I have been through. Man, shut up lying. Shut up lying. If R. Kelly really did everything they said he did, the main person that know what he was doing was the one next to him in that bed, and that was Andrea Kelly. If anybody know what R. Kelly was doing, it's her ass. Just like Chris Stokes, that's over B2K. His wife then came out because they about to get a divorce and said she know for a fact that he was sleeping with B2K. That what's his name? Not Lil Fizz, not Omarion, not J Boog. What's the other one name? That's Chris Stokes' cousin. She said that she know he was touching him. But I'm listening to the video and I'm like, B, shut up. I'm sorry to be rude. Shut your ass up. You know why I say shut up? How you gonna let him do this shit to these little boys while you with him? Since you know he been doing it for years. And now y'all getting a divorce. You want to come out and say, I know what he was doing. Well, lock her ass up too. Why they ain't locking these people up that knew? You know what I'm saying? Like Gene Deal. Gene Deal, you know all this stuff was going on, huh, Gene? Why your ass didn't stop it, bodyguard? And that's your job to protect. And you was a probation officer for the state. You mean to tell me you let somebody break the law right before your eyes and you didn't say shit? That's why I don't be want to hear these stories. Even Jaguar White. Jag, why you on the internet telling us what you know? Why you in at the feds knocking on their door telling them what you know? What we gonna do? We ain't gonna do shit but make a video. You supposed to say that person when you know that person is in distress. Don't wait 10, 20 years when you ain't got the contract no more. I'm going to tell y'all what everybody was doing in Hollywood. We don't want to know now. Because you could have saved a lot of people, Jack, Gene. Y'all could have saved a lot of people. But you chose not to. You know what they doing now? Since they don't have the money no more. Pay attention, y'all. Since Gene Deal ain't the bodyguard no more. He ain't got the contract to the state no more. Jaguar not with Jay-Z no more singing Son Cry and other stuff she doing. Guess what they doing now? They going to YouTube. Because YouTube pays for stories. What I'm doing right now, YouTube pay you for a story. Because people like drama. So what they going to do, I'm going to sell you drama and I'm going to embellish it a little bit. And then when I get caught up lying on somebody like Jay-Z, and Jag did to Jay-Z, what did she say? Oh, that was AI. I didn't say that. And all this time, y'all was listening to it. And she's still saying stories and y'all still listening to it. And she done told y'all pretty much I lied, because when it came down to the fan, the wire, and she had to face Jay-Z, she said it was AI. She never said nothing about Jay. How many times y'all heard her dog Jay-Z out? I was on the live when she was on there with Storm Moreau. And she said Jay-Z craped her and put a pawpaw to her head. I was on that live. She turns around when Jay-Z said, I'm finna sue your ass because now you're going too far. Now you're going too far. Now you're going on national news station. When you was on Facebook, I don't give a damn about Facebook. I don't give a damn about YouTube. But you went on a national news station and lied on me. I'm about to sue you. What did she do? I'm done with Storm Road. That was AI. I never said that. I was on that live. You said that shit. So from that day, everything else she have said to me has been garbage. That's like your husband lying to you and you catch him up in a lie, and everything from that day, you ain't gonna believe his ass no more. I mean, that's how it is. Once I find out you a liar, you can't tell me shit. Especially carrying a lie that long. So, but y'all still believe the shit. Betty said they won't listen to Jack. What, Betty? I just talked. Did you just miss what I said, Miss Betty? Why should they listen to Jag, Miss Betty? Oh my God. Didn't I just say Jag said everything she said about Jay-Z? Somebody lied on her. She didn't say it. But in your mind, y'all want to believe they threatened her. Have y'all ever seen Jag run from a fight? Come on, man. If they was threatening her, why is she still on TV? Why is she still telling stories if they threaten her? Why is she still breathing? For example, Jay-Z's son, the one supposed to be his son allegedly, he in the hospital. I haven't heard the whole story yet. But he supposed to be a witness, which I don't know how he gonna be a witness. He don't know his daddy. If that's his daddy, he don't know him. He doesn't know what he heard like we did. What he can do, though, that would hurt Jay-Z, is to make them give him a blood test. And if that's his son, Jay-Z is done. That's why Jay-Z won't give him a blood test. You know why? Because his mom was like 15 or 16 years old, and Jay-Z was in his 30s. So that's going to show that he slept with a kid. And that young man's mama is dead. What happened to her? His other daughter that he just found out was his daughter, I believe her mother was the one ended up in the wheelchair and sick. She's dead too. Jay-Z, people come up missing around Jay-Z. People come up missing around Sean Puffy Combs. So I'm not saying everything people saying is false. I'm saying a lot of people will take a story and act like they know what it is. Like I can act like I was in Hollywood. Girl, I was at the Hollywood party and I seen Jay-Z, he was slapping bubbles on his ass. I can just make up some shit. Y'all be like, Nina ain't lying. She used to be around New Edition. So, come on, man. But here goes Terrence Howard, and I got to keep stopping the video as it play, because that's YouTube's rule. And this is the podcast, PBD Podcast. Jag is a good storyteller. Yes, she is. Joy said, Nina, you are strong. I know what you're talking about. My mama didn't give me bubble gum. She gave me nails. Figure out. She said, life is not a joke. You better be prayed up. Yeah. You better be prayed up. They won't listen to Jag. I don't like Jaguar. She should be in a mental institution. Something mentally wrong with her. You know what I was saying that today before I got on my video? I'm going to be honest, y'all. I don't know why I keep wearing these hats. They be hurting my head. My 5 head is too big. See, this hat is for a 4 head. I have a 5 head, and it hurts. It squeezed my forehead. You know, forget it. But anyway, before I got on here today, I was talking to God, and I'm like, Lord, there's really some mentally ill people in this world. There's really mentally ill people. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention. We have some sick people in this world. And it's like the normal people, if y'all really stand by and look at them, you'd be like, these people really need to be in an institution. All the way to our president and Elon Musk. These are some mentally ill people. I'm just being for real. Y'all don't want to own it. Y'all want to act like this shit is normal. This shit ain't normal. I just watched Donald Trump trying to sell a gold card on TV yesterday for $5 million. I said, what the hell is going on? Is he crazy? Is it 5 million or a million? One of the it was a million something. I said, the president, I thought he couldn't have no business outside of the White House. But he bluntly do shit. He's mentally ill. Elon be on national TV, not even from this country, high as shit, talking about robots. That's mental illness. Either that or you on that, we too much. Elon, give it here. Get out your mouth. Because something wrong. And then let's talk about the people walking around here. The zombies on Earth. Just go outside today. You're going to see a whole lot of robots. They mentally ill. The way they function and stuff they say. I had a girl. Lord. I try to be nice to everybody. But people make you have to be mean. I'm for real. People will make you have to be mean. I'm going to show the video in a minute, y'all. But people make you have to be mean. It's like when you nice, folks take that for granted. And then they misunderstand your kindness. So you have to be a rude bee and pretty much say, listen, damn it, little Daryl, little cousin, I said no. No, you're not coming to my house. No, you're not doing. I mean, they so forceful. It's some people, and I'm trying to do this with kindness. And I hope they understand what I'm saying. Right here in my city. They love me. They love the way I speak. They love that I'm funny. They want to be cool with me. But they so forceful, worse than dudes. You'll be like, listen here. I said what I said and I meant what I said. And then I feel bad afterwards because I'm like, dang, I'm not a rude person. But can we come to your house? Can we do it? No. Why? Can I come? Can I do? No. Why? Because I don't get close to people like that. You can be Freaky Jason, little sister. I don't know who you are. I hope you genuine, but I don't know you. Why do y'all think these Instagram models and people coming up missing? Do y'all know how many crazy psycho killers you have dodged in your life and you don't realize you dodged them? God blocked them from you. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know how many sick ass people then came into your life and God blocked you and protected you? I realize how many people that's been in my DM and I tell them, no, I don't do that. Thank you. No, thank you. I don't want that money. Some money I just turn away because you don't know who is holding that money. You don't know who intentions are good or bad. I know for a fact God has protected me from some psycho killers. Because I look at some of them people and be like, what if I would have just took that proposition? Would I still be here? It's some crazy people. And that's what people should think about with these celebrities. Just because they on TV don't mean they sane. Michael Myers on TV too. Freddy Krueger on TV. Jason is on TV. This don't mean they sane. You know what I'm saying? Just because you see him on TV, you want to be in their presence. Oh, Terrence Howard. You don't know if these people crazy or not. Everything that look good ain't good for you. So I'm about to show you this video with Terrence Howard talking about how Sean Puffy Combs propositioned him. And I want y'all opinion. Every single person on here, I want y'all opinion on here. Here we go. Here we go.
Why do you think that is with the creative side?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, but when you lose...
You know, I got to keep stopping the video. You hear what he just said? He gonna get to Puffy in a minute. He said people do things. The people especially he didn't work with. They do things. They make decisions, and then they get on the crugs so they can get it out their head. See, and that's why a lot of people on Earth, a lot of people you know personally, that's what they do. They use the substance to escape reality, and it only makes things worse, and a lot of them end up dead.
Your man card. That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Listen.
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it. A man gives it.
You hear him? A lot of people give up their man card. You lose the ability and your rights to be a man. A man don't take it. A man gives it.
So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
One time.
You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it.
Did y'all hear that? This brother speaking. He pretty much saying, I don't give a damn if you getting threatened. I don't care if they say I'm going to take your kids. I don't care what they saying. You get one shot at being a man or a woman in this world. And when somebody take it, it's gone. You can't recover from it.
It was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. They shouldn't have a greater desire than being a...
Woo, Terrence, boy. He said all the people that went to the Puff party. They got pimped out, sold out, gave up their manhood, gave up their womanhood for a greater desire. Exactly what I just said. But y'all calling these people victims. He's saying, no, they gave it up.
So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone.
Y'all know what fluid is, right? Y'all know what this fluid is. It comes from a man. He said a man get fluid. And once they get fluid, their manhood is gone.
You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
No matter what.
One of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did.
Frank said, when PBD want to party, you can't tell him no. That's a lie. Cat Williams told him no. You looking at a brother right now. Watch what he said happen.
No matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card.
You gave it up.
You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. The women that trade their bodies to go and get the role. They get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
He said exactly what I've been saying. I'm eating candy, y'all. I'm sorry. They give up their man card, their dignity, their self-respect for fame and money. And after so long, it don't mean anything. And then they end up like Justin Bieber, crying on TV, like Jaden Smith, crying on TV. Now, in their defense, their parents gave up their manhood. They didn't have a choice in that decision because they were kids. They didn't know. They didn't know better. But Cassie and all the rest of these people that's involved, they were grown folks. It's a difference. We can't compare them to these children. But guess who need to be charged for the kids? Usher Raymond's mama, Justin Bieber's mama, That's So Raven's mama and dad. Raven says she's glad her daddy is dead. Did y'all hear her interview? She says she's glad her dad dead because he pushed her out in this world. Man.
I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place. What benefit is that if I lose my integrity?
Right.
You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in.
You don't trade it.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
Listen, y'all.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah. I
when you
mean,
said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on?
You talking about Puffy.
Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant.
Did y'all hear that? He said Sean Puffy Combs kept calling him over there. First, he wanted to learn how to act. He goes there, he just sitting. Then he want to learn singing or whatever. He goes there, he just sitting. So he want to come again. He like, for what? He ain't doing nothing. And the producer said, I think he want to split with you. Now, at that point, Terrence had to make a decision.
That's it. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
No more
now
communication.
To be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction.
Hell yeah.
It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit. Because the man card means everything.
I had no idea we're going to go this direction with the podcast. This is absolutely. Well, listen, we've talked about it. We've had a lot of the guys on to talk about this stuff. Are you done with Hollywood? Because
no,
I'm
I'm still working. I still, I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've done the work and finished it. Now I can go on and do whatever else we need to do. And I've appreciated you being here and talking to you in a big way. So thank you for coming and sharing your...
Okay, y'all. I just want y'all to hear it from Terrence Howard himself. He said nothing would make him compromise his manhood. He would never turn over his man card for fame and money for nothing. You only a man one time. Once you give up that man card, you can't get it back. Even though Donnie McClurkin claims he's not G no more, you can't get that card back. To me, it's no coming back from that. I'm sorry. You can be forgiven. But I can't imagine a man that's walking this earth and he a G man and one day he's a straight man. People ain't gonna look at him as being bent over before. I mean, you can't get it back. Even for a fact, people that used to get high. I promise you, God, I thank God that you don't get high no more. I thank God that you're in recovery. You might have been done with drugs 20 years ago. But guess what you're going to be known as to people that know you from the streets? A drug addict. You're going to forever be a drug addict. Because what they going to say? You know such and such. Who? You know the one used to get high. I'm telling you, you'll never get it back. So you have a choice to make with your life. Terrence Howard made the choice that I'm going to be in the chilling circuit. That means the bottom of the barrel, I'm going to take the little roles. That's why he never got the big screen like everybody else. Now I wonder, Denzel. What you do, Denzel? Because I really was putting you up here. And when stuff started coming out, what did Denzel Washington do? Did y'all see what he did? Because everybody said Denzel Washington, the only one never put on a dress. He came out and said, wait a minute, Jesus, I got something to tell y'all. In the beginning of my career, I did kiss a man. I think he had a dress on too. Look at Kevin Hart. If you go back to the beginning of Kevin Hart's career, he said he would never put on a dress. Then they showed Kevin a few years later acting, not just with a dress on, acting like a little girl. Dancing with pigtails. And then where we see Kevin at? At Diddy party, hosting the party. And all of a sudden, Kevin Hart is bigger than Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. He didn't surpass Cat Williams, Mike Epps. He didn't surpass all of them. The little short guy from Soul Plane. I'm like, how? Now it makes sense. If you bend over for the right person, that checkbook comes out. They can put you in positions. What did Cat Williams say? He said Kevin Hart is a plant. They planted him there. He said, go back in Kevin's career and show him one stadium he sold out before he made it to Hollywood. Because that's the order it got to go. People got to know you. You got to be stand-up a comic, and you got to do shows and little clubs and taverns, and you work your way to the top. Kevin went from nothing to the moon. He didn't pay no dues. And then what else did they do to Kevin? They said, that black wife you have, you gotta let her go. We want you over there with Nico, the island-looking chick. What did Cat Williams say? They give you a wife, and she always high yellow or mixed up with something. They give you a trophy. If you do what we say, we're going to give you a trophy. She knows the agenda. As soon as they stop doing what they say, what happens, y'all? That trophy divorced them and take the money back. If Kevin leaves Nico, she going to bankrupt his ass. Why you see all these, you think you see all these athletes and stuff losing half their money? Because they get disobedient and they got to tap that ass. It's time for her to go. Kim Kardashian is one of the Hollywood token hoes. I'm just being real. And her sisters. You see, they chase a bunch of black men because the black men are the ones with the talent. They the athletes. They the ones that's making the money for the white man. So they put them Kardashian girls on them. And it ain't never the same. I think they practice voodoo, to be honest. Because even Bruce Jenner, he went in there, an athlete on the Wheaties box. He came out looking like Miss Doubtfire. So I'm like, what the hell going over in the Kardashian's house? That was the Wheaties man. He looked like Miss Dollfire now. And he ended up on a magazine of the prettiest woman. Something. I thought ain't no damn woman, man. How he the prettiest woman and he ain't even no damn woman? That's Miss Dollfire ass. You know, so I don't understand. And then the basketball player, what's his name? The one was married to Chloe. He went in there playing for the Lakers. He came out a crackhead. Brother get caught in brothels and stuff in damn Vegas, strung out on crack. They go up in there, and I don't know what kind of rituals they do, but they don't come out the same. I ain't done. You know the one I'm about to talk about now. He took the cake of all the cakes of the Kardashians. The Martian man. The moon boot man. The one that wear coats big for a 500-pound person. Kanye ass. Kanye went in there, yay, with the Yeezys. I'm Yeezy. He dope. He run around with Jay-Z. This nigga come out as a Martian. I'm like, what happened to Kanye? I'm convinced now. Even his daughter over there eating whole onions. Just, baby, you don't want no apple. No. She eating onions. I mean, something wrong over there at the Kardashian house. And let's not stop there. What did they do? They went and got Kim and said, go up to the prison, Kim. We want you to be a lawyer. So they made her go through law school, which she bought it. She ain't study shit. They bought her a law degree. And they using her to go get people out of prison. Go talk to the Menendez brothers. Now, all the brothers you can talk to Sean brother, James brother, Kevin brother, Tony brother. You go talk to the Menendez brothers. All the crazy brothers. The world's national crazy brothers that killed their family. And what did Kim say? I think they're okay. They're healed. They're so sweet. Did you forget they blew their mama whole face off? Did you forget that part? Did you forget their daddy's body was mutilated? Did you forget? But they sweet. So now the Menendez brothers trying to come home because of Kim Kardashian and Hollywood. But what they didn't tell y'all. Hell no. I'm on my live video. I'm on my live. One of my exes, the young. Close that door, Jay. The young guy I used to date. Psycho. I know how to cut people off and say no. My brother played too much. I'm gonna get him back. I swear I'm gonna get him back. But anyway, I've been dodging this. Anyway. I can't wait to get off here and get my brother back. The Menendez brothers supposed to come home because of Kim Kardashian. But they didn't tell us this. Because I'm Inspector Gadget. I said, it's something that got to do with something that she went and chose them to go see. Come to find out, the Menendez brothers' father was in the Hollywood thing with Epstein, Weinstein, Donald Trump. He know them. And come to find out, the Menendez brothers allegedly they were adopted. And their mom and dad was molesting them and selling them into the trade. So this is why they say they pow-powed their parents. They said it in court. Nobody was listening. So they still saying the same story. This is why we pow-powed them, because they sold us to grown folks. So why do it make sense that Kim go up there and get them? Why Diddy in prison? Why Epstein Island and all this stuff is going on? The list is about to come out. Why did they choose now to go talk to the Menendez brothers? Let me tell you why. Because the Menendez brothers, 9 times out of 10, y'all, picked up the phone and said, Pew, you have a collect call from the Menendez brothers, bitch. Oh, it's our day to get out. Y'all forgot we know all y'all shit. Oh, I remember bending over for you, and you. You was messing with me too when I was younger. Donald Trump, you was there. Y'all all know what happened to us. So y'all better come and get the Hollywood hoe to come get us. You better sound good. Okay, we about to come home. Because if we don't, we telling. So that's why Kim said, wait a minute, Jesus. Let me go up here and see the Menendez brothers. They so nice. You know what? They didn't mean to, they meant to shoot their mom, but they didn't mean to, like, shoot her whole face off. They meant to shoot her in the shoulder. But stuff happens. That's why she up there seeing the Menendez brothers, y'all. They involved with Hollywood. Their dad was one of them. And he was selling those boys at the freak off. So they know shit. So don't be surprised you don't see the Menendez brothers on a commercial with a big ass cigar talking about ain't nothing wrong with having guns. Everybody better get y'all some guns out here. You better protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? They coming home. Because if they don't, a whole lot of people get in trouble. So when y'all up there chasing Kim Kardashian and talking about Kanye doing her wrong, Kim is Hollywood demon. She one of them. Her and her mama and her sisters. Tell me why they famous. Could you tell me why the Kardashians famous besides their daddy was OJ attorney? I ain't seen them act on shit. I guess they modeled a little bit. And now they got the makeup. But it's awfully funny that their sister became a billionaire off makeup. And people been selling makeup since the damn 1920s. And it ain't what no billionaire. She's a billionaire off of makeup. A plant. And Kanye started figuring shit out. And he left. And they tried to crowd Kanye. They wanted Kanye to be like Bruce Jenner. They wanted him to put on a dress. Kanye said, hell no. So now they want everybody to believe Kanye crazy. And y'all, let me tell y'all about Kanye. Y'all know why Kanye ass running around here acting crazy? So y'all don't get what's going on. Kanye running around here acting crazy to save his life. So let me put on a KKK cone. Let me say Black Lives Don't Matter. Let me say everything I can so they can keep the cameras on me. Because as long as the cameras on me, they can't kill me. Y'all don't get it. I'm going to keep on doing dumbass shit. I'm going to make black people talk about me non-stop. The more we talk about Kanye, the more he's in the public eye. And they can't do nothing to him. And then he want them to believe, I'm with y'all. I ain't with them black folks. I don't know them. I've been at the tanning booth. I ain't black. I'm one of y'all. Because them people over here trying to kill me. Kanye ain't nothing wrong with Kanye, y'all. The only thing I can say in the beginning, Kanye was crugged at the nut house. You know why I say that? If you ever had anybody you know, or family member, that was in the cuckoo bin, and I ain't trying to be funny, they have a certain look to them. Like Wendy Williams had. They have a certain look to them. This is not. And then they talking to you like this. My niece went through it, y'all. I told my sister, don't let them give her another crug. They crugging her. They taking her mind. They're supposed to be in there helping her. No, that medication is making her worse. She's not the same. And when my niece left here, y'all, I was hurt, but I wasn't hurt as bad as I would have been. She's my oldest niece. She died at 35 from cancer. But I lost her 2 years before that. My niece's mind was gone 2 years before she died. And I'm like, my niece dead. She gone. The medicine did it. It took her mind. She couldn't even function around here. We had to watch her around her son. We had to make sure she didn't hurt herself. She was gone. This was a beautiful. My niece was beautiful. She was like 6. I was gonna say 6, 7, 5, 7. Beautiful bow legs, pretty face, teeth, long hair. She was a model. Before she died, my niece had got up to like 350 pounds. Just cut all her hair off one day. She came out the bathroom. She was like one of Charlie Manson girls. And I'm looking like, what the hell? What you doing? Just, she was gone. But when she died, y'all, her hair had grew back. Just before she died, she had got real skinny from the cancer. She looked like her 19-year-old self. Broke my heart because I'm looking at my niece laying there like, it took for her to die to be back herself. That medication killing folks. I'm for real. If you ever see people outside, a lot of them ain't on crack like y'all think. They on the medicine for mental. They walking around. You be like, what's wrong with such and such? Medication. They killing people. Kanye said they was about to give him some medicine one day, and he looked and said, how many doses is that? So he started looking at it, reading it himself. They were for overdose him. They was about to overdose him. And that's when he checked himself out and said, nah, his wife put him in there. Kanye should have been gone. If he would have just did what them people said, Kanye would have died. So this is what y'all don't understand. Michael Jackson, Prince, yes, Whitney. What did he just say? What did he just say? Terrence Howard just say? He said they used the drugs to get their mind off of what they did to get where they are. They hear me? They used the drugs to keep their mind off what they did and what they got to keep doing. When I was mentoring some strippers, and I used to see the most beautiful girls, and I'm like, why y'all doing this? You know what they told me? I never had a mom. I never had a dad. I got tired of the struggle. I wanted to get out the hood. So my goal was to just get out the hood, and I got stuck in the lifestyle. You get addicted to the money. Why you think drug dealers, they don't stop? They addicted to that money. Anything could be an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Anything could be an addiction. And they say, I get high and I drink just before I go on stage, because it takes me to another world. I don't see the people when I'm high. I'm floating. So it takes my mind off of what I'm about to do. And that's what a lot of entertainers do. And then after they do that, they hooked. Who would have thought Michael Jackson would have OD'd? Little Michael, being the two of us. Who would have thought? They claim after he burnt his hair in the Pepsi commercial that he was on pain meds. So he had to stay on those medications because he was in so much pain. But what I know about pain and medications, I went through it with my daughter that had cancer. It's a mind thing. They always think they're hurting because they want that drug. So they use that pain to get high. My daughter, they had to wean her off that strong cancer medicine after she had been on it for 2 months. 2 months, they shooting drugs in her arm. Just think about it when you're in the hospital. They shooting drugs in your arm. That's like a fiend. Tied a thing around the arm. They shooting the drugs in your arm in the hospital to keep the pain away. So she laying there for 2 months getting drugs shot in her body. When the doctor came in and told me, we're going to stop the IV and we're going to start giving her pain meds by pill because they get addicted to that. And before we let her go home, we got to make sure she's not addicted. Do y'all know my daughter cried? She screamed for like a week, crying, screaming. She was so mad. I'm in pain. They don't understand, Mom. And I'm sitting there like, Jesus. I knew she had got addicted. They knew she had got addicted. She didn't know she was addicted. So I kept saying, you gonna be all right. You gonna be, now I'm dying. No, she wanted that fix. So when she left, she was okay. But now she got other issues and she on medications and stuff. And I don't like the pills they got her on now because now she keeps saying she need those pills. And I'm like, oh my, y'all don't understand. You can be addicted to Coca-Cola. I was addicted to Coca-Cola. Every time I got a headache, oh, I got to give me a glass of Coke. Oh, my God. Go get me a Coca-Cola. Mama, just drink some water. I need some Coca-Cola. I'm telling you. That's what he was saying. They do things, and then they use the drugs to void it. And then when they find a husband and they have babies and they go on with their life and they pass that lifestyle, Cassie, now they're a victim. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Now I'm a victim because now I have a clear way of thinking again. I'm back to myself and I'm looking at everything I had to do. You know what? Puffy used me. Puffy made me sleep with these people. No, dear heart. You met Puffy. You wanted to be his ride or die. You wanted that money and the lifestyle. So you compromised your self-respect and your dignity and your pride for that paper. And you did it for 14 years. And Puff took advantage of the situation. Yeah. You was on drugs. He introduced you to the drugs. But guess what? Just like Terrence Howard, when somebody asks you to take something, do you have to take it? She said the first time she tried drugs, she was in a vehicle with Puffy. Now let me rephrase it how she said it. The first time Puffy gave me drugs was in a car. And everybody was like, oh, shame on him. Do y'all know how many times I've been propositioned with drugs? Drugs. Do you know how many times somebody tried to pass the joint to me? Do you know how many times I see people snorting at parties and I had to leave the party? I was just at a gathering last night and they was drinking and I was like, I don't drink. I had my water. That's exactly what I had with me, y'all. I took it to the party. Body Armor. And I took me some snacks. So I don't know, who cooked what. They said, no, you gonna like this wine. You gonna like this wine. So the wine was really nice. It was smooth. I normally don't drink red wine. So the other ladies, they all left and went and got something harder at the store. You ain't going? You don't want to drink? No. Oh, you just tried it? No. I had this much of that red wine. And they was talking to me. This why I know God, he shuts my body down. I couldn't get high or drink if I wanted to. They was talking to me, y'all, and I was like this. You would have thought I was on the medications. I was like that. I was about to fall asleep. I go, what you say? It's 11 o'clock. I'm over there dozing. Alcohol makes me tired. It's like God will shut my body down. So So I don't have a choice but not to say no. I say no all the time. No. So you can't tell me just because Sean Puffy Cone offered you some drugs, he's the reason you got stuck on drugs. That's a lie, man. That's a bold-faced lie. You stuck and hooked on drugs because you chose to use drugs. Michael Jackson, you can't sit here and say, well, the reason why I was on pain meds for 30 years because I burned my scalp. No, I know what the doctors do. They try their best to get you off. And you kept saying no. You Michael Jackson. Can't nobody go over you. You kept saying, I want my shit. To the point that the hospital wasn't doing it no more for Michael. He hired his own doctor. You come in my house and you work for me. It got so bad with Michael that Janet and her family had an intervention with Michael. Like, hey, what is wrong with you? We about to put you somewhere because you're going to kill yourself. They had an intervention with Michael. Michael got mad at his family and left the country. He cut him off. They tried to save Michael Jackson. This is what y'all don't understand. They tried to save him. And let's not talk about Joe. He tried to save him from the whole lifestyle. Joe told Barry and told Quincy, that's my son. These my boys. What they do, they fired Joe. Because they wanted Michael to bend over. Everybody thought Michael was weird. But now that I look back at it, who made Michael bend over? Because he ain't had no protection. His daddy wasn't there no more. His brothers wasn't there no more. It was just him in the industry. What did Berry Gordy? This is my son, Michael. My son, Michael Jackson. He a star Motown. I bet he is. Oh, what did y'all do to little Stevie? He don't even know who did it because he can't see it. I ain't trying to be funny. Who did something to Stevie? He's still famous. This man, come on, man. I don't know. I think back in the day, Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, the Four Time, I believe those folks were the victimizers. Allegedly. That's what I believe. I don't see them being with their manhood taken for their fame because they was too talented. Back then, you was talented. They can deny your talent. Them brothers can sing. Okay? The women wanted those brothers. They loved women back then. You hardly ever heard about them being feminists besides Luther, Little Richard. We knew who the ones was like that. But David Ruffin, ain't nobody come and see you, Otis. David wasn't bending over. David was doing the bending. Now, who he bent over, I don't know. I hope it wasn't little Stevie, David. But David was bending folks over. And allegedly, they was taking advantage of them women on them tour buses because they used to go all over the country and the women and the men used to be on the same bus. And allegedly, per Jaguar, and a few others said this, that our sweet dear Patty was taken advantage of by the Temptations. We don't know. I don't know if the rest of them was taken advantage of, but they all toured together. But what I can say about them women back then, they held their own, man. They knew what they wanted. They got what they wanted, and they stood 10 toes down on what they wanted. They never cried victim. Because the biggest victim of them all back then would have been Diana Ross. You never heard Diana Ross complain about Berry Gordy, Quincy Jones, the Temptations, none of them. And Diana Ross was a hot commodity. I'm for sure little pretty Diana from Detroit had her share like Cassie. But Diana Ross stayed away from Krugs. You know what I'm saying? She's like, hey, I drop it like it's hot for a record deal, or I drop it like it's hot for this or that, but I ain't putting no substance in my body. I'm trying to step on heads. I want to work my way up to the top. She started off with Eddie from the Temptations. She ended up with the owner of the company, Berry Gordy. She knew what she wanted. I want the owner. And he was married with kids. Diana Ross didn't give a damn. That's why I said you want to start charging people. Start charging people like them. Barry, you old. You old as hell. But how old was Diana Ross? When she like 15 years younger than you. And you was married with kids. Why you ain't talking about him? Y'all like Bill Cosby, he was old. And Quincy Jones, I don't believe Quincy just died. I think something happened to Quincy, so he wouldn't tell, or he did something to himself. I'm just being real. Because Quincy got so many skeletons in his damn closet. I think Quincy done bent over and bent people over. Little poor Tevin Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Prince, I don't know Prince. I think Prince, they got rid of Prince because Prince said, hell no, I look cute, my booty out of my jeans, this all y'all could get. Shake my little ass on the stage, but y'all ain't touching this pretty little light-skinned ass. I bet you that. Oh, I can do the splits and everything in my high heels, but ain't nobody finna touch this. Prince wasn't for no games, y'all. They said Prince was mean as hell, had them hands. That little midget dude had them hands and could cook pancakes. And can play basketball. So what Prince do? He said, you know what? I'm going to take all my shit out of Hollywood and put it in Paisley Park over here in my own studio. I'm going to do my own shit. They said the day Prince died, he was supposed to be in Paisley Park by himself. That's his mansion. The camera caught a shadow of a couple of big dudes, allegedly. But they claim he was in the elevator by himself. No, y'all did something to Prince. Y'all did something to Prince. Y'all probably plugged his nose, covered his mouth. And guess what? He was strung out on Krug's tooth. He had a hip surgery. You know, you do so many splits, your hip go out. My hip didn't go out from the splits. But my hip went out too. And I know how painful it is. So Prince went from wearing high heel shoes to Sister Sarah Velcro shoes. Did y'all see Prince the last few times on stage? He had on Sister Sarah shoes with the Velcro and a cane. I said, oh, Lord, the world coming to an end. Prince got on the Sister Sarah Velcro shoes with the cane. Oh, man. He was walking around with Velcro shoes on and a cane. And I think he had on them socks for your veins and your blood. I think he had on them tight socks. He went from having his booty out to a bedpan. Prince wasn't even the same no more. They said Prince was riding around Paisley Park on a bike like Debo. I said, Prince is riding around on a Debo bike with a big grandmama seat on it. I said, what they do to my boy Prince? They strung him out on Krugs. So I'm letting y'all know, Diddy is going down. Diddy is going to be their wingman. Diddy's going to take the fall for everybody in Hollywood. Diddy is going down. Sean Puffy Combs ain't never come home. Y'all hear me? Sean Puffy Combs never coming home. I thought it was some hope last week for the brother when they dropped 5 charges. They done picked up like 10 more. The feds determined to destroy this man. When the feds want you that bad, it ain't no coming home. They will not look bad behind Sean. So any means necessary, that brother go get a lot of time. I heard they were talking about 10 years as a plea. And Puffy said, I'm not taking shit. So Puffy, if you don't take that 10, you go get 100. Because 10 years to Puffy Combs is a long time. For him to be about to be 56 in December. He'll be, at least you'll be 66. You can still have free golf or today. Go get you some of that Viagra. Go get that Viagra. But Puffy, first of all, Puffy, you don't even need no more. Puffy done took everybody's portion. You don't even need no more, Puffy. You didn't have so much X that you should throw up even seeing a female on TV. But you like men too. You should be just ready to lay it down. Like, give me 10 years. I'm tired of just people. He should be just tired of people. I'm for real. Puffy done been around everything, done had everything, done seen everything, done slept with everything. Puffy should just be tired of everybody. He should be like, good, give me life. I'm ready to just lay it on down this cell by myself. He should be tired of everything. Because I'm like, damn, Puffy, how much X could you have? Call Terrence Howard in there and you just looking at him. I would have slapped the shit out of Puffy. I'm like, call me here again, don't want nothing. But guess what? The fine game, the rapper, he said he traveled with Puffy, 8 months, 6 months, and Puffy never went to the studio. So what was you doing, gang? When you knew that Puffy wasn't going to the studio, what the hell was y'all doing? I think you was bent over. Little Rodney, your cases just got dropped in court. But you shadowed Puffy for 15 months in his home, allegedly, Little Rodney. What the hell was you doing for 15 months? Now you want to tell a story. I got all this audio and video. How many times they grabbed my penis. You know, Cuba Jr. was grabbing my balls. Yeah, it's on video. I got it. I recorded everything. I had a camera in my hat. And Young Miami cousin came in the bathroom when I was pee-peeing, and she just did like this. And she let my pee-pee fall in her mouth, and I couldn't move, and I was like this. And Puffy then came. When I came, Puffy was like, did you like that? And you still stayed at the party. This grown-ass, able-bodied man. That was really his case. Young Miami's cousin sucked on his pee-pee and he in the bathroom and he couldn't do nothing. Your hands didn't work. You couldn't sock her on top of her head. You couldn't grab her by her wig, because I know she had a wig on, and push her ass against the wall. You couldn't grab her like that. That's the time you were supposed to give her the business. That's one time when you supposed to put your hands on somebody. No, you let her do it. And then I released it. I liked it, but I didn't like it. And I felt just like, man, taken advantage of. So did you go to any more parties? I only went to 5 more. I mean, come on, man. So the judge just pushed him and Tyrone Blackburn out the courtroom. Get y'all dumb asses out of here. You a grown ass man talking about Cuba Jr. grabbed your balls on a damn boat. What the heck? Should throw his drunk ass over. Shit, why you didn't pick that drunk ass? Cuba Jr. is a drunk. He could have picked his ass, threw him overboard, and told Puffy, you next. Who next? Nah, but they still sit there. They still got the money. You know when Little Rod wanted to press charges on Diddy? When Diddy didn't give him his $50,000 they promised him. And whatever deal he was supposed to do. That's when I'm a victim. But you sitting there waiting on your money. You didn't call the police. You didn't call your mama. You didn't call your grandmama. You didn't call the press. You didn't call podcast PBD. You didn't call TMZ. You didn't call nobody. And if Puffy would have paid you and kept you on board, we still wouldn't have heard about you. You only telling because your money ran out and you got kicked out the mansion. Y'all just listen to these people, man. They'll tell you, I was with Puffy for 5 years. And we were sleeping together and stuff. And then he was beating me. And for 5 years, huh? Did you get paid? I got paid $250,000 a month. How many of y'all would get beat for $250,000 a month? I might, if I can pick my switch, I might, you know. The $250,000 a month. And you complaining. I don't know victims that get paid. I just, personally, I don't know victims that get paid. Do you know any victims that get paid? Most women that get trafficked, it's by force. And they treat it like animals. A lot of times they thrown into cages. They barely can clean themselves. They get fed whatever they want to eat. I don't know victims that eat filet mignon and they go to F-off parties and get paid $250,000 a month. I just don't. I don't know victims that mingle around LeBron James, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, whoever else was at the party. I don't know them kind of victims. I'm about to be off in a second. I just don't know them kind of people. But did they get mistreated? Yeah. Did they get taken advantage of? Yes. But how did it start? They chose that life. They chose that life. And they got to live with it. Terrence Howard just told us. You stay away from people like Diddy. Cat Williams told us, you got to tell Diddy no. They still here. So you gonna tell me, if I would have told Diddy no, I'll be dead. I'm for sure he looked at pretty ass Terrence Howard. And then he looked at little Rodney. If he really wanted to kill somebody for some booty, he would have killed Terrence. You know what I'm saying? If he wanted to force somebody, he would have forced Terrence ass. Pretty light-skinned Terrence with the gray eyes. Nah, Terrence told his ass no. And he left him alone. People only go do what you let them do. People only go do what you let them do. What you go compromise your life for? And then people can peep weakness. Folks can peep weakness. I hope y'all know that. It's like a dog sniffing. They can just feel the fear in people. Puff knew who was going to fall, Meek Mills. He knew who he could take advantage of. And he did it. So I don't really want to hear it. If these people over 18, in my opinion, if they wasn't craped or they went crugged to do what they did, that shouldn't be a charge. I'm just sorry, it shouldn't be a charge. You grown, you know better. Just don't go to the party. This your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I need y'all to get my likes up. That's why some parties I don't go to, y'all. I went to one last night, and I made sure that I was sitting there with somebody that had my back, and I was watching everything. Because I got kind of annoyed when I was getting tired. I'm like, I'm feeling kind of queasy. And I had to look in there and see, was my partner still in there? He was still in there playing cards, and I'm like, he got my back. And he kept saying, you all right? I'm all right. You better put that glass down. You look tired. I didn't put it down. But I had to make sure somebody was there that had my back. And I knew everybody pretty much in the party anyway. But I don't trust nobody. But I slipped up and did something I wasn't supposed to do. I had her bring my glass to me. And I didn't think about it till afterwards. But this is what I did. And she don't even know I did it. I set my glass down. I was done with it. And she drinking so much, she going. She picked my glass up. I ain't even say nothing. I let her finish the glass off. I said, oh, I'm good. She drinking it. So, I'm all right. But normally I bring my drink with me. I put my back up against the wall. I keep me a weapon if it's some mace or whatever. And I watch everybody else drink. I could be pouring water, some flavored water in my glass. They think I'm drinking wine. I'm sitting there like, crazy as hell. They think I'm finna get drunk. Now, Nina, I have to make sure I'm okay at all times. I'm the only one that's responsible for me. Nobody really responsible for me but me. So if something happened to me, that's my fault. If I slipped up and went somewhere I wasn't supposed to, if I didn't peep what was going on around, unless they really just tied me up, took advantage, crugged me, put something in my drink, different situation. You responsible for you at all times. Misa Williams said, me neither. I want to watch my glass be poured. Yes. Then I go to the bathroom. I'll take my, once you walk away from that drink over with. Kenny said, can we all just be free? Party in. Well, I wish we could be free. Even Jesus had to pay. Miss Melody said, I also bring newspaper with me to put over the toilet seat. I just squat. I ain't touching nobody's toilet. Truth said, Black Caption America said, I thought it was drugged and ran out the party. Who? Black Captain America said he thought he was drugged and ran out the party. Was that somebody at Diddy party? Catherine said, playing house. Sorry, we need a break. Okay, Miss May. That's why I am so glad that I still push grocery carts at Walmart. Mr. Melody said he still push grocery carts. Whatever you got to do. See, people laugh at people with different jobs. Please, I'd rather push grocery carts than sell my soul. You know what I'm saying? So I get exactly what you're saying. Sheila. Hey, Nina from Texas. Hey, Sheila from Texas. Cynthia said he's not going to accept no. That's a lie. Didn't you just hear Terrence Howard say he told him no and stayed away from him? Cat Williams said he said no. Ice Cube said no. It's a lot of people said no to Diddy. And they still walking around here. What Terrence Howard was saying. Listen, y'all. It ain't that you just say no. When you come in a room and you represent yourself and your parents, because you represent your parents, who you from, everywhere you go. When you enter a room, you're supposed to own that room. People can look at you by your demeanor and your attitude It speaks value. Some folks ain't got to say a word and folks know their own business. That's why when I go out, I get a lot of attitude from women. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I get a lot of attitude from women. You know why? Because I talk on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. I talk for a living. But when I'm out in public and you meet me in person, I'm an introvert. Unless I'm in a conversation. Normally, I'm just sitting back, trying to be cute, sipping on my water or whatever, and I'm not talking. So people take that as she's stuck up. No, if I'm talking, I can't hear. If I'm running my mouth and I'm the loudest one in the room, I can't see what's going on. I like to observe stuff. I want to see a problem when it come in the room. And I know who the problems are that come in the room. I can peep the women that's the problem. I can peep the men that's the problem. And I'm watching them. And I think their energy meets my energy and they know I can peep their energy. Like, your energy off. You tripping. Or you a hating bitch. I'm just for real. I know the haters. I know the robbers, the thieves, by the way they look. Let me keep my purse closer. Pookie just came in. I'm for real. I can pee people. I know the ones that would cheat on their wife that be in the environment. I know the women that like women. I peep it. I can feel their spirit. So I'm not liked at a lot of events. And it's for no reason. It ain't because I look or what I got on. They just know I'm an energy reader. I peeped your ass. And I be looking at them like, I give them that fake smile. They crack a joke. So they don't like me. They don't like me. But this your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I don't see what my brother doing. He doing something. I'm about to get him. Jay. He be trying to set me up. Tell you we be pranking each other. He had a, let me tell y'all a real quick story and I gotta go. He had this girl that he don't like. He don't like her. But I think he messed with her before. And she cool with me. So she always want him to come over. He won't come. So one day I tricked him. And I had her over where he was. And he tried to play it off. Oh, I was about to come see you. Yeah, I had got busy. Woo. And he looking at me like, ooh, it's going down. He was so mad at me. And I left him in the house with him. He couldn't get rid of this girl for about a few hours. He was livid. So just now, he had my ex-boyfriend on the phone, the young dude. He kinked the oil and everything. But I don't know what I did to this brother. It's been years now. I met him in 2007. I haven't been around this brother since 2017. We haven't touched, kissed, nothing. And he still think we go together. He still be calling my brother thinking we go together. He probably gonna come over here watch. If you watch, you know I'm talking about you. He'd call, hey, what you doing? I'm about to come. Nope, you better go to your baby mama house. Quit playing with me. I ain't got time for that. I done got too old for the okie doke, okay? This your girl, Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Thank you all for joining. Make sure y'all push that like. I need 100 more people to push that like button. 100 more. Just say no to Diddy. Heck yeah. Yep, that's what they chose. To sell they soul. I just want to ask y'all this. For the people that say, folks be victim shaming. Tell me this. Do y'all know the Lord? Do y'all know the Lord? If you know the Lord, what do you think your Heavenly Father going to say to them people on Judgment Day? If you really know the Lord, the one that grants you free will on a daily basis, do you think they can go before the Father and say, Puffy made me do it. Do you really think they'll get a pass because they saying Puffy made them come to the F off? Puffy made them sleep with 18 men that they weren't married to, and some of those men were married men. Because in the word, doesn't it say no fornication? They speak about adultery. So if you commit adultery with a married man in exchange for money, can you go up before the Father and say, I was high at every party? I've got to believe the Lord to go look at them and say, you was high at every party. Every party. Should you have been at that party? If you know you get high and you end up sleeping with 18 men, what you go to the next party for? I gave you free will to tell Puffy no, just like Terrence Howard. Terrence said no. You said yes. So you ended up on Krugs, sleeping with 18 men because you didn't say no. You see what Kim Porter was going through, Cassie. When you met Puff, he was with Kim. Beating her, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dog walking her. You thought it was cute because you was the girlfriend. So you used to laugh at the stuff he did to Kim Porter. How many of y'all guilty of that? Y'all to see a man dog walk his baby mama, you think it's funny because you the new girlfriend. You don't know you next on the list. So it was all jokes and fun and games when it was Kim Porter. Then it ended up being you. Now you want to be Kim's friend. Girl, what should I do? And Kim telling you what to do. Now you and Kim BFFs and you hiding evidence. But you already done did it. It's already done now. And Kim should have told her that. See, Kim a good one. Because if Cassie would have called me and I was Kim Porter, I'd be like, listen, you call me one more time, press some charges. You didn't care about me when y'all came up in my house and Diddy made me get out the bed and you slept with Diddy in my face, did you? Did you? Bitch, don't call me no more. For real, Cassie couldn't call me. You need to cry. Shit, dog, nobody want to hear that shit. That just would have been me. I'm sorry. What am I feel sorry for you for? You destroyed my whole family. You helped Diddy destroy my family. You didn't care about my kids. You didn't care about none of that. You just wanted some money and fame, and you got what you got. You got money and fame in exchange for your ass. Sorry. And that's how it's going to be judged on Judgment Day. You got money and fame in exchange for your soul. And that's what you got. So don't come over here to me and my daddy talking about you was a victim. We was watching you. You had ample opportunity to leave, Cassie. And you kept going back. We was watching you. I don't think God going to let her make excuses. What y'all think? But it's your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Thank you for watching. Make sure y'all push that like, share, and subscribe. Watch 2 videos. It's Saturday, and you ain't got shit to do. Watch 4 of them today. Can y'all watch 4 of my videos? And I need y'all to do something. If you're not getting notified, I found out something 'cause I've been doing research. If I waver off and I talk about relationships or black men ain't this or that, I make a video about something else outside of celebrity news, it throws off the algorithm. It throws it off. So now Facebook don't know where to push my video because I done talked about something else, which is stupid. It's like Facebook got a one-track mind. YouTube got a one-track mind. I got to stick right on this subject. So I did some research and they said how I can intertwine my mentoring with celebrity news is what I just did. Talk about the celebrities and talk about real life situations. That's what I've been trying to do. So I can still give a lesson saying what they did that we shouldn't do. So that's how I got to start doing my videos. So if y'all wonder why you get off subject, because I don't want to just talk about a problem without a solution. That's a waste of energy. I don't want to just talk about, Puffy did this, Puffy did no, oh, Puffy get life. Oh, okay, what can we do to stop somebody from falling victim to another Puffy? What can we do for you not to want to be Puffy? That's my goal. Talking about something that happened after the fact is just stupid. What that's gonna do? Such and such and such and such, and such and such. Okay, what we gonna do about it? We can't do that about it while we talking about it. Shit, I know Puffy Combs walking around here in Grand Rapids. They having F-offs on a broke level. Shit, they leaving the club and they coming home with some Coke 45 and some gin, and they having F-offs in the middle of the floor. So, shit, don't go to the party. It's girls doing Cassie for free. At least Cassie was getting $250,000. I know girls doing it for free. That's why they go get the BBLs. That's why they put on the makeups, get all the expensive wigs, because they want to be relevant. They want to tell people, I do this for myself. No, you don't. You just woke up one morning and say, I don't like my booty. I'm going to get a booty for myself. No, you want everybody to look at that booty. Because if it was for yourself, you pretty much like, shit, I'm content with me. This is me right here. You doing it for everybody to look and validate you as being, ooh, she bad. You want that validation. And I had to make up my mind. I got this keg right here. It's going down. It's a little keg. And I remember my big sister said to me, God rest her soul. She said, girl, that ain't no keg. I said, what is it? She said, that's the little boy playground. They need something to roll on and have some fun. You sound crazy as hell. You try to get rid of that playground. I said, I am telling mama. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.